Good morning, children. Hope you all are safe and good. So, this is chapter number part 2. In my last video, I have explained you what is matter and what are the kinetic theory of the matter and how we classify matter based on their physical state, which is solid, liquid and gas, based on their and I have explained you the properties also. I have explained the matter on the basis of appearance also. It is of two type, homogeneous and heterogeneous, and based on the composition also, it is of two types, pure substances and impure substances. Okay, now pure substances, they have fixed composition, they are made up of fixed composition, whereas impure one, they are made up of unfixed unfixed conditions, and two or more or mixtures are there. Okay, so now one chart is given in your book as I am showing you here. So you can see, according to this chart, matter, does it have a fixed shape and fixed volume based on the physical properties? So yes, if it is having a physical fixed one shape and volume, it will be solid. Okay, and if it is if your answer is no, then it may be liquids which has no fixed shape but it has fixed volume, and gases, they do not have either fixed shape and volume. So based on the uniformity, I have explained you uniform solution or non-uniform solution. So there are two types, homogeneous and heterogeneous. So if based on uniform solution, if your answer is no, then it is a heterogeneous mixture. Okay, and if yes, then it is homogeneous. Homogeneous is having two or different composition. Okay, variable composition. So if the your answer is yes, then it will be impure, as I now only I explained you that materials which are made up of two or more than two substances in any ratio, there is no fixed ratio, under any condition, they are called impure one mixture. Now pure one, based on their method, separation method. Okay, as we know, element, they are the tiniest or simplest unit, so they cannot separate out, but compounds we can separate it easily, okay, by any method. So this is a flow chart. Now today I will explain you interconversion of different states of matter. Okay, so when we will give different physical conditions, so matter can easily change. So if we will change the temperature, or if we will provide any if we will cool it or if we will heat it, then matter can easily change from one physical state to another physical state and vice versa. Okay, so how it change? So here I have a look. Okay, now first one is solid to liquid and vice versa. So solid, as you know, when we will heat the solid, like in case of ice, when we will heat the ice, or at room temperature, when temperature is high, ice can easily melt into and change its state, physical state, which is solid, okay, into liquid state. So a solid can be converted into liquid when it is heated, and the liquid can be cooled down when we will freeze the liquid, then or cool the liquid at low temperature, it will again convert it into solid physical state. So example, ice and water is given. You can see this reversible example is given, arrow is reversible, means it is a reversible process, physical process and reversible process. Now here you can see pink one, pink terms are given, few terms are given that you should know. First one is melting or fusion. What is the meaning of melting and fusion? So melting means it is a process, or fusion is a process of converting a solid into a liquid state. So melting, we can easily understand that a solid substance directly converted into a liquid substance by absorbing a heat. Okay, so this is for this conversion of the solid into liquid, which term we use it? We use melting term or fusion term. Okay, then melting point. at that point or a temperature at which it converted into solid into liquid state, that is called, by absorbing of the heat definitely, that is called melting point. So it is written that it is the constant temperature, a fixed temperature, it is changing, solid state is changing into liquid state, and they have given the very simple and very familiar example is given, that is ice example. So you can see, if ice at 0 degree Celsius is heated, okay, it absorbs the heat and convert into or melts into water, okay. So the temperature will be 0 degree Celsius. So always remember children, melting point of ice is 0 degree Celsius. At 0 degree Celsius, ice convert into liquid, okay. Third term is, or they are saying freezing. So obviously freezing you can say, or you can say solidification. So freezing, what is in this process, what happen, as you know, freezing, it is also very familiar to us, that a liquid thing we can freeze ice, okay, water into ice easily in our trays, or any ice cream your mother is making. So that process is called freezing process or solidification process. During summer season your mother is preparing ice cream and all for you, okay. So it is a process of converting a liquid into solid change. So that process in which liquid changes into solid state is called solidification or freezing. Remember these terms, okay. Now what is the freezing point? So freezing point is the temperature at which this conversion is going on. So temperature at which a liquid changes into a solid state. Again they are giving the very simple and very familiar example of water. So water at 0 degree Celsius is cool and it release heat, it gives out heat and freeze into and cool down into ice form, which is a solid form. Temperature for melting point and freezing point is same, which is 0 degree Celsius. So in the exam they can ask you what is the freezing point temperature, you will write 0 degree Celsius, okay. Remember always, temperature of melting point and freezing point of ice, melting point of ice is 0 degree Celsius and freezing point of water is 0 degree Celsius, because in the melting point ice is melting into water and freezing point liquid water is converted or freezing into solid ice, okay. This is the difference only. Now you can see one blue box is given in the on the right hand side, okay. So what they are saying, if a solid begins to melt at a specific temperature can be 0 degree Celsius or okay. So if it is melting temperature is 0 degree Celsius, so if a solid is melting at this temperature, at constant temperature, we will get the sharp melting point, okay. So always remember, there is in short they are saying that pure substances, that is fixed composition substances, they will show the sharp melting point, whereas impure one will show the they will not show the sharp melting point, okay. Why? Because they have the impurities and their temperature will not be specific, okay. It will be less a degree or more a degree, okay, not a specific one. Same as with liquid, when liquid begins to boil, and obviously we know that when we boil the liquid water, it converts into water vapor, which is the gaseous state, okay. So this vaporizes at a specific temperature, which is 100 degrees Celsius, okay. So we will get the sharp boiling point. So all the pure one we will get the show the sharp boiling point, whereas if impurities will be there, then we will not get the sharp one, okay. It can be, boiling point will be increased or it may be decreased in some cases. Now so this is all about the conversion of solid into gas or vice versa. It is a reversible process. Same as B part, you can see that liquids to gas, okay. Liquids can easily convert into gaseous form or gaseous state by heating. When we will heat the liquid, so when we will heat the, for example, water, it will convert it into gaseous form, okay. And when again when we will condense that gas, or when we will again with the help of any cool plate or anything, okay, or any medium, if we will condense it or when we cooled out that gas or water vapor, again we will get back the liquid form of water. Okay, so it is very important. So again both this process is also reversible, you can see. Okay, water we will get into steam by heating, and when we will condense the steam or when we will cool down the steam, again we will get the same liquid water, you can see. Now in this term also few terms are given, so you should familiar with it. Okay, you should know about it. First one is boiling or vaporization. So when we will boil the water, when we will heat the water, it will turn into water, will change its state into the water vapor. That term is called, or that process is called vaporization. So vaporization is a process in which we convert a liquid into its gaseous state. Okay, remember always. Now what is a boiling point? Again the boiling point is a constant temperature, is a fixed temperature at which this liquid changes into gaseous state. So we all know that boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius, and at 100 degrees Celsius this water absorbs the heat 100 degrees Celsius and it changes into steam. Steam heat is also 100 degrees Celsius. So the boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. Melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. Freezing point of water is 0 degrees Celsius, but boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. Third one is condensation and liquefaction. I told you condensation process, what we are doing, we are converting our gas or water vapor into again liquid state. So that is called converting a gas. Now condensation point is a temperature at which we are doing this, we are changing gas into a liquid state. So a temperature, fixed temperature at which a gas changes into liquid state. For example steam, they are saying steam at 100 degrees Celsius, if we will cool it, because the temperature is 100 degrees Celsius, so at that temperature only if we will cool it, it gives out, it releases the energy, and it again that water vapor or steam converted into water, liquid water. Okay, so the boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius, and the steam temperature is also 100 degrees Celsius. Now next word is evaporation. What is evaporation? So evaporation is a slow conversion of liquid into gases. Evaporation is also same thing is going on in this also, same thing is happening, that liquid changes into gaseous state, but the intensity is low. Okay, not faster, it is not a faster process. Now last point it is written, it occurs all the time, you can see here. So it occurs all the time. Okay, if for example if we will go near a water body or any water body, this evaporation is going on all the time, even at during the day or even at a night. Okay, every time this evaporation is going on. Near the plants also transpiration is going on, evaporation is going on near the water body. Okay, water cycle, you have, your teacher has explained you water cycle, that evaporation process. So it is going on all the time. Okay, but boiling point is not going on all the time. Okay, now so difference between is there. What is the difference between boiling and evaporation? So as I said, boiling take place at a definite temperature which is 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, but evaporation do not follow any temperature. Okay, all the temperature below 100 also, below 100 degree also evaporation is going on all the time. Now it is a fast process, boiling is a fast process as I said, and it is a slow process. Evaporation is a slow process. Now boiling can be seen. Okay, when we can see when boiling, okay, we can see the water vapor, but evaporation, during the evaporation we cannot see the water vapors and all. So it is the evaporation we cannot see with our eyes. Fourth point is, it occurs throughout the mass of the liquid. Okay, it occurs throughout the mass of the liquid means full mass at high speed we can see the boiling of the water. Okay, with the sound of that air and air. Okay, So full mass of the liquid is participated at 100 degree temperature, it is participated in the boiling, but here in the form of layers, okay, because it is sometimes evaporation, based on the evaporation intensity and all, it is very slow and it is going in a layer. For example, means first time, or you can say the first time the rate of evaporation or conversion of the liquid into gaseous state is very high, but in the second term, B part, it is very less. So it is going on the layers, but it is going on in the mass, high amount, okay. Here mass means high amount, it is going on, or it is converted into liquid into vapor. Now C part is solid to gas. Few solids, they do not convert into liquid, they directly convert into or changes their state into gas form. For example, you know, we are using that naphthalene balls during to protect our woolen clothes, okay, white color moth balls and naphthalene balls, they are also sublime agent, okay. So they also, from the solid, they convert directly into gaseous form, okay, water vapor form, sorry. Now what happen on heating, what they do on heating, they will also absorb the heat, take the atmospheric heat or room heat, and they directly convert it into solid to the gaseous form, okay. So directly from solid to gas they are converting, liquid state they are not following. Now when this process is also reversible, as you can see, this arrow means reversible, okay. So we can convert easily solid to gas and gas to solid. Now it changes back to directly. Now here they are showing example of ammonium chloride, which is a sublimating agent, which is a chemical, okay. So this ammonium chloride, when it absorbs the heat, when we will keep this ammonium chloride in any plate or any bowl at room temperature, it directly converted into vapor form. And when we will condense the vapor, like we condense the water vapor, then again we will get the solid ammonium chloride, okay. So children, few activities given related to this that we will I will explain you in my next class, okay. So please read the chapter and go through and try to find out the exercises, okay. So thank you and have a nice day.